Well, I can honestly say before I have a chance to start this very well, I'm going to have children bombarding my door. We've turned the air conditioner on, and we have a tendency to cover up our vents with all of our crap that we don't want to clean up. So I told them to make sure their vents were uncovered. And the child on the bottom bunk apparently has issues with turning off the light at night, so that the one on the top bunk can already be in bed sometimes. We're afraid we're going to knock ourselves out on the top bunk, being the one on the bottom bunk. The excuses we come up with, I swear. It's like we have to figure out the best way to not be able to do something. I've not done a video in a couple days. I have not a lot going on, just Monday, what did we do Monday? We didn't do anything Monday, I don't really remember. Sunday we had church. I went to the store. Don't remember us doing anything on Monday, but that doesn't mean we didn't. It just means I'm old and I don't remember crap. Yesterday we went to the library at 11. Well, we left here at 11:45, and I'm trying to grab something. We did a project at the library. That was for Valentine's Day, and it was making a no-sew pillow. And this is what it was, double-sided. This little crap right here is the bane of my existence now. I thought this was going to be this nice, sweet, cute little project that we could all do. Turns out that even though it did not say in the newsletter that you had to pre-register for this so that they had enough supplies, apparently you had to pre-register, and there was a sign in the library that we've not been to in a month because we've been going to a different one that's a little closer. So we get there, and there's a list of people's names. We are not on this list because I didn't know we had to pre-register because it didn't specify in the newsletter that you had to pre-register. So we thought we were not going to be able to do the project. Unfortunately for someone, they weren't able to come, and so they had enough for our little monsters to be able to make it. I wanted to make one too, so I could give it to my honey for him to keep in his truck, but they didn't have enough. So this one is Dylan's little pillow that I wound up having to do for him, and he put a D on it so that Daddy would know it was his. And it's not the best little project, but it's all right. They gave me the directions. Try not to knock you over. Sorry. Let's go this way. There we go. I can use both my hands. They gave us the templates. So this is supposed to be the whole big thing. And then this little guy is what you cut the pieces down to from this one. And then the directions on how to make it. Backside. So that we could do some more later on. Just a little project for us to keep for ourselves. You can get the felt pieces at Walmart. They're like $0.25 a piece. And maybe we can even get some bigger pieces, or actually get some pieces of fabric, even not just the felt, but some pieces of like maybe flannel, and make some bigger ones that we can make pillows for the couch or the bed or whatever. But that's down in the bag to go to Kenneth. Today's just been laundry and rain. Honestly, it's just rain. It's rained all day, and I know my driveway is probably going to be a nightmare in the morning when I leave to go to the car lot, because I have to go up and sign a change of address form for the tag for the new truck, because apparently the DMV says that we don't live at the place we're trying to register the vehicle at. The address I put on the paperwork is our address here. The address that's on his license is where we used to live. So I have to go up and fill out the paper for them to be able to get the tag before the 45 days is up, which is on Valentine's Day. So we've got tomorrow, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. We've got 4 days to get a tag, or we have to pay $500 because we didn't do it in the time frame. Because when we switched our phones over, my darling did not call him and give him the phone number. And even when he went and made the payment before he left to go to Georgia, it didn't dawn on him to give him a phone number. So the poor man has been calling a number that no longer works or belongs to someone else. Especially if it was a company phone, because it went back to the company, of course. So I have to do that in the morning, and then it's food day. So we get to go grocery shopping. Dylan, of course, is angry with me because I'm not going to go until it's almost time for his foodies club. So that way I can drop him off like I did last time, and then me and the other two, minus Dad, of course, because he's not with us this time, can go grocery shopping while he's at his class. Because, of course, he's with food, and he gets to... last time they made taco bowls, or taco boats, the new little soft shell boat thingy. They made those, and they got to eat. This time they are making cheesy breadsticks and mini pies. So he gets an appetizer and a dessert for class. And the kids have been wanting chili with goldfish crackers because they used to get it when they were in public school. So this is something that they've requested me to make since Dad is not here because he does not eat beans. So tomorrow for dinner we are going to have chili with goldfish crackers. Don't know why. As long as they eat it, I don't care. And of course, cheese and sour cream. Since Dylan is making cheesy breadsticks at class, the other two have deemed him morally unfair. So we are going to make cheese bombs, which is just one of the long white cheese sticks cut in half, wrapped in a biscuit in a ball and brushed with some garlic and butter and some parsley and then baked. It's fabulous stuff, but I don't hardly ever make it. So we're going to make that to go along with our chili. And then Friday, I get to, actually, I have made I take this for a price match if the store will do it, I'm not really sure. But I've got myself my coupon thing. I've got my 2 rebate apps where, of course, you scan your receipt afterwards and they credit you back the money off of these items if you purchase these items. So I've got those from Checkout 51 and from Ibotta. And then I've got the coupons of things that I want to buy, which is not actually on my list, but if I think I can swing getting it, then of course I would like to get them. And then I've I've got my meats that I need for the week, my not dinner meats, but like my lunch meat and hot dogs, bacon, my dairy, and then I've got my Philo, Walmart, Dollar Tree, any of those stores like Save-A-Lot, Ingles. So like I need 2 things of sausage, and I have a 55-cent off one coupon for Jimmy Dean, so I just wrote that there. That way I would remember, because I'll have 2 children sticking weird crap in my buggy instead of going off of the list. Got our frozen foods, produce, and then all of the pantry items. Which most of the pantry items this time is just for meals. There is a sale on some vegetables that I'll get a few cans of just to make sure that we stay stocked up. Without Kenneth here, 1 can is enough for the 4 of us, because the 2 boys, Dylan's got an aversion to corn for some reason, and DJ hates green beans. But I did find out one really cool thing today while I was watching extreme couponing videos, that a lot of stores will accept competitor coupons. And I downloaded to my phone the coupon policies for the stores that I would shop at the most. And I learned that Bilo accepts competitors' coupons. So I need butter, and I have a Publix coupon for $1.50 off of a butter that I can get at Bilo, because I don't shop at Publix. I hate Publix. I used to work for Publix, and they're, an alright company to work for, but they're expensive as crap, and I just can't afford it. I could be a millionaire and I still wouldn't shop at Publix just because, So I'm going to try to get myself into this couponing thing again, since the man who has an aversion to coupons is not here, and that way on the times when he is here, we can do bigger and more extravagant meals for him, because we just have things like a chef salad, chicken salad sandwiches with chips, the chili. We do have some ribs one night. We have a family movie night. We're going to be watching Wreck-It Ralph and making a themed meal to go along with that, which is hamburgers and fries, coleslaw, Kool-Aid, and then dessert. But like I said, I want to try to get back into this couponing thing again. So the binder that I used to have, I have no idea where the heck it's at. I think I may have thrown it away when we moved, when I condensed down in the move from Lawrence, and we were in the hotel for so long because we had stuff in storage, and I, for the life of me, have not found that dang thing, and I have no idea even where I would have begun to have put it, because the places that I've looked that I would have put it, it's not there. So I was thinking, great, I gotta spend like $15-20 on a brand new binder, because I want one of the ones that zips. Well, sorry, Right Tree Service, but Kenneth kept his Foreman book, which is a binder, big binder. It's ugly and green, and it has Right written on it, so I apologize ahead of time. But it's got the big stuff in there and pockets, and it zips, and it has handles. I even kind of sort of confiscated some of his tabbies that were in there. I can get me some stickers and cover up what was on the tabbies, and then I just have to buy minimal stuff like baseball card pages and stuff to go in there, and we're all set to go. And then my kids can have the funness of lugging that dang blasted thing around, because I know they will argue and fight over carrying it like they argue and fight over doing everything else that they do. But let's fix this here. Sorry. I'm gonna try this again. I have a feeling he'll show back up. We're hot. We can't sleep, even though the air is on. Anyhow, so after tomorrow, I don't have to worry about meal planning until Sunday. And then I actually forgot what I have planned on Sunday. Because we are going to Georgia to visit Daddy. We have to take him some food because our bank account is empty until next week. So we're going to drive down there, and I get to keep the little boys with me so they get to see him for a little bit. My ex apparently is not able to get off work until 5 to meet me at the time he's supposed to meet me at to pick them up. And his evil witch of a wife, whom hates my children, won't lift a finger to do anything for them other than irritate them and annoy them and make their lives totally miserable. Won't come and meet me to pick them up. Because apparently she's too special to drive for 2 hours to pick up her stepsons. But anyways, karma will get her eventually. Chef salad. That's what I have. Chef salad. Which means I need to boil a few eggs tomorrow night to have in the fridge for Sunday. But anyways, we'll have the little boys so they get to see Daddy for a little bit. And then me and Sissy are going to stay the weekend at the hotel. And then on Sunday, when we pick up the little ones, we're just going to leave out when, we would have to pick them up and then meet him, pick them up, and then come home. And then we have a few odd and end things to do next week, not a lot. DJ has another class. Sorry, I'm cold. I turned the air on for them and I'm freezing. DJ has another class, which Dylan probably won't go to. But I don't let the other ones go to class with him because he is ADHD. He doesn't take medication for it, but he is very ADHD. And if they are there to bug him and irritate him, then he will not pay attention and he won't learn anything. And even though we do food here, it's just something for him, just like we do outdoors, rocks, birds, bugs. It's something for DJ. We don't own a horse, so I don't do horse stuff. But that was Caitlin's passion, so of course, that's her own little thing, and they each have their own special time. I did stay with DJ the first time, and more likely we'll stay with him the next time. And Caitlin did enjoy that with him, but if it comes a time when he says, Mama, I wanted to do it by myself, then, of course he'll do it by himself. But Dylan, unfortunately, he doesn't really get that choice. I'd rather just drop him off, because if I'm there, he'll spend the whole time hiding behind me or pretending he can't do anything. And then, like I said, if the other two are there, they're going to spend the whole time annoying the crap out of him, and he's not going to pay attention because he's going to want to play with them. So it worked better for him to be by himself to do it. But we have not a lot to do over the next couple of days. Shopping is going to be enough, like I said, with just the two that I'm going to go with, because they'll want to argue and fight and ugh. not want to listen and be stuffing stuff in the basket that doesn't need to be in there. But considering this month we have to also shop for Daddy when we get down to Georgia, we have to be very careful about what we put in to the basket this first trip to the store, and then I should hopefully have everything I need to have uh, on hand, and I just have to get meats for the rest of it. That's about it so far, and uh, I think I've recorded a shopping trip once a while back, uh, shopping with the kids and Dad, and I got tired of everybody yelling and screaming and him fussing at him, so I just stopped. So I doubt very seriously I will do it again, but uh, on Friday morning I probably will. So I probably won't, honestly. Um, I don't think I can edit two pieces together that have actually stopped, so I probably won't record until we get close to um, where we are with Kenneth. I'll probably start in the parking lot. That way I can get him on camera when I see him again. I don't run, but I'm about to the point where I'm going to run and dive on him and knock him to the ground because I've missed him. And then we'll go from there and see what we got going on. Haven't heard anything about Wade. Everybody has the new phone numbers, but nobody's bothered to call, so he's got till next Tuesday. Kenneth has to call on Monday to make the final, well, not to make the final decision, but to tell him basically, you need to call DSS, and then from there he will find out what goes going on. He hasn't called me or Kenneth that I know of. I figured if he did call Kenneth, would at least say, hey, I talked to our son today. But I think since we were up there and we talked to him and he knows what our decision was, he's kind of sort of, I guess, washed his hands of us. And he's either being really, really, really good or really, really, really bad, and they just haven't called us. But I don't know when I'll hear anything, if I will, if I won't, until next Monday. It's kind of a load off, but at the same time, it's hard because if the decision goes wrong with the judge of not wanting any contact because of the other three technically being the victims and us not basically not having a place for him to stay here, then if he basically says, we're just going to put him somewhere and let him get some help and I'll just deal with it as may. If it winds up being a tough choice about us not having any contact with him for a while, then but I don't think that'll happen. I mean, we're not doing anything wrong. I mean, granted, we are saying we're not going to pick him up because honestly, we can't. Kenneth can't leave his job to go pick him up. I can't pick him up because I can't sign for him, and we can't bring him home and what we know is a threat and danger to other people in this house. So you never know which way it's going to go, especially when it's DSS and people live in fear of DSS unless they have actually had to deal with them themselves. And even sometimes people who have dealt with them can prove that how dirty and underhanded they are, or can disprove how dirty and underhanded, they're not. So I guess we'll see what our dealings with them show, because it will be documented here. Um, that way, people know our personal experience, and maybe if you've had to deal with them, your experience is better. And if it was worse, maybe you can help me out a little bit if you've been in a situation or something similar. But I don't know. I'm gonna try to get to sleep. That way I can get up in the morning and go get this paper filled out so I can be not having to pay $500 for my tag. So it's almost midnight, I believe. Sorry. Yeah, 11:44. So it's definitely time for bed. I will see you guys on Friday. Good night.